Hey guys, welcome to my mini-series, Spooky Saturdays. Alright guys, episode 2 in my Spooky Saturday series. So the last episode I talked about how I was 8 or 9 and I saw the shadow figure, and then when I was about 15 I had all that stuff happen to me in my parents' house. So now, that hurt. The bee smacked me in the arm. So now fast forward probably about 4 years. I'm 19. I'm living at my girlfriend's friend's house because I had moved out to South Dakota. So I'm living at my girlfriend's friend's house. And her dad had actually passed away like a few years before I had moved there. So they had a spare bedroom downstairs that they pretty much gave to me. And while I was downstairs, I would have all these weird little things happen. Well, I would start to hear footsteps come down the stairs about halfway, and then you'd never hear them go back up. And so the next morning, I'll be having breakfast, and I'd be saying, "Hey, did any of you come downstairs last night, around such and such time?" They'd say, no. And her mom would even come downstairs to smoke. And, there would be a few nights where I'd hear footsteps, and then I'd crack the door, and I'd see her, out there. And so, she's like, "No, it wasn't me last night." And, so I'm like, all right, it's kind of weird. So I would occasionally hear the footsteps on the stairs, either going down and not going back up, or fully coming down the stairs. And I'd poke my head out and nobody would be there. And then occasionally, I'm getting the goosies again. And then occasionally I wouldn't hear any footsteps, but I would just hear the sound of the bathroom door shutting, which their bathroom door downstairs was, it would remind you like a bathroom stall. Like it was just plywood that had a spring, and you pulled it with a string. So I would just hear that kind of creak open and then doosh, slam. And of course, next morning, everybody said that no, we didn't use the downstairs bathroom. And it was just little things like that. And that lasted probably like the whole time that I lived there. Little things like that would happen, which, never really bothered me a whole lot, just because my past experiences, so I would just kind of say, okay, you're there, I'll give you your space, you give me my space. So now the fourth incident that I had was actually after I had moved back with my parents. After me and the girlfriend had broken up, I moved back with my parents, and I got my old room back and everything. And in the middle of the night, it'd probably be about maybe 1 in the morning. I'd be playing video games. I'd get up to go to the kitchen to get something to drink, and my dog was just acting really strange. Like, I come out and I see him just staring off into the corner. And I know, like, sometimes he would have his balls get stuck, his play balls, get stuck in the corner behind this lamp where he couldn't reach them. And so, I was just, I didn't say anything. I just stood there and watched because I was a little confused. And he noticed me, so what he did is he circled around me, almost like he was protecting me. And after he circled, he would just stare off into the corner, and I would slowly see him like just kind of creep up, and then he would back up into me again. So after seeing him do that a couple times, I thought, okay, I'm just gonna sit here and just kind of let it absorb and see what I can see. Well, I didn't see anything. But between listening to my parents snoring, I could faintly hear what sounded like a conversation, like almost if you were at a restaurant, you could hear a conversation in the background. I could hear a conversation, and this bitch tried to pull out in front of me. I could hear a conversation going on, and like laughing, chuckling, and it was coming from the direction where my parents used to have our like dining room set up. So I just thought, okay, that might be my grandma and grandpa. I miss you guys, love you, and I left it at that. I went to go get my water, and I went in my bedroom and continued with my video games, because I don't know, just because I've had so many little things happen, I was just like, okay, that's cool. I'm minding my own business. You do your thing. So that was my 4th incident. So let's recap. When I was 7 or 8 or 9, I saw my shadow person. Fast forward, when I was 15, I had all those incidents happen in one night at my parents' house. Fast forward some years, when I was 18 or 19, living in South Dakota, I had those incidents at my girlfriend's friend's house. Fast forward another year, living back home, and I had the incidents back at home. Just not as crazy as as the first time it happened. Those are my 100% true ghost stories, and I hope you've enjoyed them. If you have any stories that you'd like to share with me, leave them down in the comments. Please like the video, subscribe, comment, whatever you want to do. But those are my experiences, and until the next video, hope you guys have a great spooky day.